Okay, so this is basically straight out of the company. They send it to us. It's Laguna Clay Company. This comes from Portland Pottery down in Portland, and it's all been vacuum pugged. It goes through many stages where first you take the impurities out, and then you take the air bubbles out. So the vacuum plug is basically where it pulls all the air out. So at this stage, when it's given to you to work with, you shouldn't mess with it at all, really. If you fold it, if you do anything like that that's going to jeopardize getting air bubbles in it, then it's going to explode. And you'll see, like, as you roll it out, or when we put it through the slab roller, if there's air bubbles that stick up, you want to make sure you get rid of those. But you shouldn't have an issue. Did you guys just cut it and take it right to the slab roller? But you reconstituted, didn't you?
You hit it a couple times and make it
right. Okay. So tools that you'll need when you get started, you want to. I don't know why I have two of those. So I scored some really nice forks at Goodwill. Great for scoring and slipping, and I'll explain a little bit more. And this is basically, great for scoring as well. You can use it for multiple things, for textures and stuff like that. But and then we have the fettling knives, which basically I just use that for cutting. Cutting out shapes. It works really well. It doesn't need to be super sharp when the clay is still plastic. This wire toggle thing, we got to be really careful of this, that we don't lose it, because we blow through these for some reason. I think this once in a while we'll get an assassin in class that's like, hey, I need one of these. And so, it's great for cutting clay, and that's all it's used for, is cutting clay. And when you get your piece of clay and you get scraps, you cut stuff, make sure it just stays localized or gets put back into a bag for scrap clay. I don't want to see clay around the room. So check on your, sometimes it's not intentional, but you'll get clay on the floor. Make sure you clean it up. So I'm gonna start off by just cutting a piece off. And the reason why that I do it this way is I need enough to run it through the slab. I have different opinions on how you do this. Some people will actually make this into a ball and work it and all that stuff. But you can, you want to flatten it out as much as possible and kind of work it and make it warm and do stuff like that. And the reason why I have this cloth, the canvas cloth, is so that it doesn't stick to the table as I flatten it out a little bit with my hand and kind of warm it up some. Because really, we're lucky we have a slab roller. If we were to roll it out, we'd have to use like the rolling pins that are up in that cubby and do it by hand, and nobody is great at it the first time. Often we get like really inconsistent thicknesses. When it's inconsistent, that you have drying on one end and then it's still wet on the other, and then it cracks. So inconsistent thicknesses causes cracks. So going over here, so I would shut it off for a second.